Stephen "Twitch" Boss was not just a dancer, he was a beacon of joy and light. Renowned for his dazzling performances on So You Think You Can Dance and his charismatic presence as DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, Twitch became a beloved figure, radiating positivity and resilience. Yet beneath his iconic smile, there were struggles unknown to the public. In December 2022, the devastating news of his death by sent shockwaves through the world. How could someone so vibrant and full of life be gone so suddenly? This tragedy marked only the beginning. Nearly 2 years later, Twitch's widow, Allison Holker, shared revelations about their life together, secrets that would forever reshape his legacy. Her words didn't just foster understanding, they ignited controversy, backlash, and even conspiracy theories. Family members began to speak out, allegations surfaced. What started as a tragic loss escalated into public drama. So, what really happened? Why is the family divided? Are the accusations against Allison baseless noise or something darker? To unravel this mystery, we must first revisit the life and untimely death of Stephen "Twitch" Boss. In January 2025, Allison Holker, Stephen "Twitch" Boss's widow, gave a heart-wrenching interview with People magazine. It was the first time she delved into the details of their life together and the agonizing aftermath of his death. This wasn't just a tribute, it was a bombshell revelation. Allison disclosed that after Twitch's passing, she unearthed a side of him she had never known. Hidden in their home were drugs she was unaware of, and journal entries that exposed the depths of his hidden trauma, including childhood sexual abuse. For many, this revelation painted a tragic picture of a man silently battling demons while outwardly exuding strength and joy. Allison explained that her intention was to illuminate the struggles he faced and to help others dealing with similar challenges. Her forthcoming memoir, This Far: My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light, promised to delve deeper into their shared journey and her healing process. However, not everyone received her revelations with compassion. While some praised her courage and transparency, others, including some of Twitch's closest family members, questioned her motives. Was she truly honoring her late husband's memory, or was she exploiting his struggles to promote her book? These questions quickly ignited heated debates online and within Twitch's family. What began as Allison's effort to share her truth became the catalyst for a bitter family feud. As Twitch's mother, Connie Boss Alexander, came forward with her own version of events, tensions erupted, accusations flew, and the family found themselves at odds. Next, we'll uncover the fiery backlash from Twitch's family and the shocking allegations they've leveled against Allison. Allison Holker's revelations not only shocked fans, but also enraged Stephen "Twitch" Boss's family. His mother, Connie Boss Alexander, swiftly addressed the claims made in Allison's interview, describing the details about hidden drugs and childhood abuse as misleading and hurtful. For Connie, this wasn't merely a difference of perspective, it was an attack on her late son's legacy. The controversy didn't end there. Some family members accused Allison of taking control over every aspect of Twitch's memory, including his funeral. Allegedly, she required family members to sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, to attend his service, effectively silencing their grief. Moreover, they claimed she had restricted their access to Twitch's children, further deepening the rift between her and his loved ones. These accusations painted a troubling picture, fueling public speculation about Allison's intentions. Was she a grieving widow trying to protect her husband's memory, or was she isolating his family and rewriting his story to suit her own? The accusations became a lightning rod for debate, dividing fans and amplifying the family's pain. Allison defended herself, asserting that everything she'd shared was rooted in love and a desire to help others. However, her words did little to quell the growing storm. As tensions escalated, rumors and conspiracies began to take shape, many pointing directly at Allison herself. Next, we'll delve into the wild accusations and unfounded theories surrounding her involvement in Twitch's death, and why they refused to go away. As the drama between Allison Holker and Stephen "Twitch" Boss's family escalated, a darker narrative began to take root online. Whispers turned into wild accusations, with conspiracy theories suggesting that Allison herself might have been involved in her husband's death. These theories range from vague insinuations to outright claims that she had something to gain by orchestrating the tragedy. Central to these theories were questions about the timing of Twitch's death, the details in his self-deletion note, and Allison's actions afterward, such as the NDAs at his funeral and her memoir's revelations. Social media amplified these suspicions, with armchair detectives speculating on motives and pointing to perceived inconsistencies in her story. Despite the lack of credible evidence, these conspiracies gained traction reaction, fueled by emotional fans unwilling to accept the official ruling of self-deletion. In reality, the coroner's report was clear. Twitch's death was the result of self-deletion, with no signs of foul play. Yet, as is often the case in high-profile tragedies, the truth wasn't enough to stop the spread of baseless theories. For Allison, this added another layer of grief, being accused of harming the very person she'd spent years building a life with. But why do these theories persist? Perhaps it's the discomfort of accepting that someone so seemingly happy could take their own life. Or maybe it's the public's insatiable appetite for drama, especially when it involves a celebrity. Whatever the reason, these conspiracies have turned Allison into both a grieving widow and a public target. As the rumors swirl, the public remains divided between those who see Allison as a victim of baseless accusations and those who question her every move. This tragedy has become as much about public perception as it is about private pain. Next, we'll explore how the public's divided reaction has fueled this ongoing storm. The public's response to the Stephen "Twitch Boss" tragedy and the revelations that followed has been anything but unified. From the moment Allison Holker's interview went public, social media exploded with polarized reactions. Some applauded her for her vulnerability, praising her willingness to share painful truths to help others. They saw her as a grieving widow trying to make sense of an unimaginable loss, using her voice to shed light on hidden struggles like mental health and trauma. However, not everyone saw it that way. Critics accused Allison of oversharing intimate details about Twitch's life, details he never had the chance to address himself. To them, her decision to reveal his alleged drug use and childhood abuse felt exploitative, especially with her memoir's release on the horizon. Additionally, some sided with Twitch's family, amplifying their claims of exclusion and manipulation. Social media became a battleground, with hashtags like Team Allison and Justice for Twitch trending, as fans dissected every piece of new information. Many expressed frustration at the public airing of such personal family matters, while others argued that as a public figure, Twitch's life and death would inevitably be subject to scrutiny. This division highlights a larger issue, the blurred line between public and private in the age of celebrity culture. For many fans, their parasocial connection to Twitch made them feel entitled to weigh in, as though they were personally invested in his legacy. This deepened the fracture between Allison's supporters and her critics, turning a deeply personal loss into a public spectacle. But was Allison's transparency an act of healing, or a misstep that opened old wounds? To answer that, we'll need to examine the bigger question: when is it okay to share someone else's story, and where do we draw the line? Allison Holker's revelations about Stephen "Twitch Boss's" struggles have sparked a significant conversation. When is it appropriate to share someone else's story, especially after they're gone? For Allison, the answer is clear. She has stated that her decision to speak out was born from a desire to help others, to let people know they aren't alone in their pain, and to find healing by being transparent about her experiences. However, not everyone agrees with her approach. Critics argue that sharing intimate details, such as Twitch's alleged childhood abuse and drug use, without his consent crosses a moral line. These were deeply personal aspects of his life that he never chose to share publicly. They claim that by revealing them now, Allison risks overshadowing the vibrant, joyful legacy he left behind. On the other hand, supporters contend that these revelations humanize him, reminding the world that even those who seem the strongest can carry invisible burdens. This debate extends beyond Twitch and Allison. It touches on a broader societal issue. How do we balance the right to grieve and process loss with the responsibility to protect someone's legacy? Is sharing personal pain a necessary step toward healing, or does it risk exploiting the deceased? These are complex questions without easy answers, yet they are increasingly relevant as the private lives of public figures often become fodder for public discussion. For Allison, the backlash hasn't deterred her from moving forward with her story. However, for Twitch's family, her actions remain a source of pain and anger. Can these wounds ever heal, or is the divide between them too deep to repair? As we reflect on this tragedy, it is essential to consider the lessons it offers about grief, family dynamics, and the complexities of legacy. The tragedy of Stephen "Twitch Boss's" death and the subsequent controversy have highlighted some painful yet significant truths about grief, legacy, and the complexities of family dynamics. At its core, this story isn't merely about one man's untimely passing. It's about how the people he left behind are grappling with their pain under a very public spotlight. Grief is never straightforward. For Allison Holker, her decision to share intimate details about Twitch's struggles may have been an attempt to process her own emotions and to help others others who might be suffering. However, for his family, those same revelations have been a source of deep anguish, creating a divide that may never fully mend. This underscores a harsh reality. Grief can bring families together, but it can also tear them apart when emotions are raw and perspectives clash. Then there's the question of legacy. Twitch was cherished for his joy, talent, and warmth, and many believe that's how he should be remembered. Yet, as new details emerge, his story is becoming more complex, a reminder that people are rarely as simple as the roles they play in public. Balancing honesty with respect is a delicate line to walk, and in this case, it's evident that not everyone agrees on where that line should be drawn. Ultimately, the story of Stephen Twitch Boss and the fallout surrounding his death offers a sobering lesson. Grief is deeply personal, but when a life is lived in the public eye, it rarely remains private. The pain, questions, and controversies may linger, but perhaps this tragedy can serve as a reminder to approach these situations with empathy and care. As this chapter unfolds, one question remains: can the wounds within his family ever truly heal, or will this controversy forever overshadow the memory of a man who brought light to so many?